guys, how's it going? It's me, Megan, and I am back with another video. If you guys are new to my channel, I'm a part-time reseller on Poshmark and a few other platforms, but mostly Poshmark. And here on YouTube, I like to make reseller content. I'll do unsold videos, I'll do unboxings, I'll do all that good stuff. So if that is something you guys are interested in, please make sure to like and subscribe, and that way you'll never miss one of my videos. So I actually had a pretty good week this last week. A lot of sales, just in general. It was a lot of sales. It's just so funny how it's been so up and down these last couple of months, where it's like I have a really slow week and then like an awesome week and then like vice versa. This week happened to be a really awesome week, and I'm just gonna get into it because I don't want this video to be super long, and I do have a hair appointment in about an hour, so I want to make sure I'm on time for that. It's just a consultation. And really, I'm just hoping that they can do something. I mentioned that I did my hair myself, but it's just like orange here and then gray, and I cannot stand it. So hopefully she can fix that pretty easily, because I also don't want to spend tons of money on my hair. Yeah, I'm just gonna get into the sales. Hopefully this video is coming out on Sunday. I am filming it on Sunday. I just have to get to my hair appointment and back and edit it and upload it. So hopefully I could do that all before the end of the day. So these are the sales from the first full week of March this year, March 6th through the 12th. On Sunday, March 6th, I had 7 sales. The first thing I sold was this J. Jill linen jacket. J. Jill's not really a brand I'd pick up. This actually came to me in a flip lot, but that flip lot, when it got sent to me, had a bunch of items in it that they didn't post in the listing when I applied for it. So I wasn't really happy about that. The items weren't terrible, and actually I sold through, I think there was 3 extra. I already sold 2 of the 3, so it's not that bad. This happened to be one of them. It was a cute jacket, but I just don't have that much luck with J. Jill. But it did end up selling for $30. After Poshmark fees, I made $24, and then after flip consignment fees, I made $12. Then I sold this Hollister zip front denim skirt. I got this, you might remember, in a recent DIY denim box that I received. I do like to sell skirts if I think they're cute enough. This one I thought was pretty cute and modern. Since I had such a slow week the previous week, on Sunday I was sending out a lot of, I think, 20 and 30% off offers. So I think this sold on that. It ended up selling for $14, and after fees I made $9.33. Then I sold this Madewell leather tote bag. Again, you guys might remember a recent bins find of mine, which I was really excited about because I never just happened upon a Madewell leather purse. I only received one once before in a handbag box from ThredUP like 2 years ago. So I was really excited about it. It ended up selling for $60, and after fees I made $48. Then I sold these Zara black straight leg jeans. Again, a piece I got in a recent DIY denim box, that same box. That was a really good box for me. I was really impressed. I haven't gotten a box like that in a really long time. Someone offered me $25, and I decided to accept, and after fees I made $20. I really like the style of those straight leg high rise. They were still, you know, pretty trendy. Then I sold these Sweaty Betty joggers, again on a 20 or 30% off offer. These I got again recently at the bins, I think at the end of January. They have taken a while to sell. A lot of my Sweaty Betty, I think I priced too high, so I do sit on it for a while. But I found out the bins, and so a very low cost of goods, and that was the first time I ever found out the bins, and I was very happy. They ended up selling for $45, and after fees I made $34.28. Then I sold this Love Fire rainbow top. Love Fire, I believe, is like a Nordstrom house brand. I got this at the bins actually a while ago, maybe a year ago, but I really liked the way it looked. Ended up selling for $12, and then after fees I made $7.33. That I picked up mostly on style and the fact that it doesn't cost very much. And then I sold this Aviva sports bra. Aviva is Lululemon's kids wear line that I believe they don't make anymore. I found it a couple of times. This happened to actually be at Plato's Closet during their sale. Everything was like $1, all their sale stuff that was left over. And I picked up a lot of sports bras. I decided to pick this one up. I don't really feel like a kid's sports bra is like a necessary purchase for people, but since it was Aviva, I decided to pick it up, and it only ended up selling for $10, but after fees I made $5.33. I also had an eBay sale. I sold this Azazi bridesmaid's dress. This, again, recent bins find. I found 2 of these. They were new with tags, and this is when I actually made the drive into Vancouver to go to those bins. I found a handful of good things, like the Madewell tote bag was from that. If you remember, I got that Twilight blanket that sold like very quickly. And then I found 2 of these bridesmaids dress and also a pair of BKE jeans that sold fast as well. So overall, it was a really good trip. I wasn't super excited about going to those bins, but I don't know, I did find good stuff. But this dress sold on eBay for $72, and after fees I made $63.03. And I think that whole Vancouver bins trip only cost $40, and I've already made my money back on that, but it's nice when a piece, you know, covers it and gives you profit. So that was exciting. And then on Monday, the 7th, I had 3 sales. I sold this new tag Lucky Brand tee, again, a recent bins trip. I really want to go to the bins again tomorrow, but I lost my credit card somewhere in my apartment and I need to get a new one, and I don't have another one. I have a debit card, but I tried to use it this weekend at this like little like food cart festival thing that was happening downtown, and my card kept getting declined because it wouldn't let me put my PIN in. So now I'm just nervous to use my debit card. So I don't know. We'll see. But I do need stuff to list. But anyway, this Lucky Brand tee ended up coming from the bins. I only picked it up because it was new with tags. Originally it was like $50 and it was camo, you know, newer styles, and it weighed like nothing. Otherwise, I don't really have great luck with Lucky Brand, but sometimes they can sell pretty quickly. This ended up selling for $22, and after fees I made $15.88. Then I sold this Reformation linen dress. This I purchased for myself from Mercari. I think I paid like around $60 for it. I knew when I got it, it wasn't my size, but it did fit. It just didn't look great. So I did decide to just sell it and get my money back. It took a while, but it ended up selling for $90, and after fees I made $72. So a little bit of profit, not too bad. And then the last thing I sold on Monday were a pair of new tag George swim trunks on eBay. George is just a Walmart brand, yeah, I believe. Super cheap, but I liked the pattern. These came in a men's ThredUP rescue box. I haven't had great luck with those recently, but I know people do. These ended up selling for $7, and after fees I made $6.32. And then Tuesday the 8th, I had 4 sales. I sold these 90s Skechers platform sandals. Again, a recent bins pickup. I actually got these in the Vancouver bins as well. Picked them up 100% based on style. I actually have decent luck selling like 90s, early 2000s style Skechers. I find them at the bins, not like all the time, but occasionally when they do have their shoes out. These weren't even in good condition. The white parts were yellowed and the actual shoe itself had a ton of wear, and I didn't try to clean them up at all. I just listed them as is, and I ended up selling them for $50, and after fees I made $40. Those like platform lug sandals or shoes in general are just doing super well right now. Then I had a Mercari sale. I sold this Hannah Anderson floral top. Again, a super recent bins pickup. I think I'll have this bins video out this week. I know I didn't have a video out last week besides my What Sold Sunday, and I apologize. This week just was crazier than I imagined it would be. But I do like to pick up Hannah Anderson. I think it's based in Portland, and I find it kind of a lot. I'd say at the bins, maybe like 1 or 2 pieces every time I go. And I'll only pick it up if it's in good condition, cute, and like seasonally appropriate. This was very like springy, could be worn for Easter, so I picked it up and it sold for $13, and after fees I made $11.02. Then I sold my Converse John Varvatos collab leather jacket. Now, as I mentioned, the week before this, I was having a very slow week and I need to help pay my taxes, so I am trying to make as much money as I can. So when someone offered me $145, I did decide to accept. I got this at the bins, and if you guys remember that video, that was kind of a hot mess because I did not know what it was when I got it. I thought it was just a Converse leather jacket. It did not register at all until I was filming the video that it said John Varvatos on it. Then I realized it's a collab. They make leather jackets, or they did. I don't know if they still do this collab, but you know, shoes as well. It seems like the jackets do better than the shoes. But anyway, even when I was filming that video, I knew I kind of priced it too high. I mentioned comps were more around 150, and I think I listed mine around 200, maybe a little bit more, because I didn't see any comps for this exact jacket in this color, and there just wasn't very many listed. I think it might have ran a little small. I put a bunch of measurements in, but somebody did offer me 145, and again, slow week prior, that was right around what I thought comps would be. at the low end. So I did decide to accept. Again, I got it at the bin, so it cost like $1 or $2. So after fees, I made $116. And they just gave me a rating today. They got their package and they gave me 5 stars, so I'm glad they're happy. And then the last thing I sold on Tuesday was this Helmet Lang tank top. I was gonna send this into the RealReal, but then I forgot when I was putting the package together. I've had this tank top for a while. Helmet Lang's a great brand, designer. I actually got this in a bulk box, I believe, over the summer, but it was just a basic tank top. It ended up selling for $17, and after fees I made $13, which is probably more than I would have got at the RealReal anyway. And then Wednesday the 9th, I had 3 sales. I sold this Hurley's boys hoodie, again, a recent bins pickup. I picked this up. I think at the time I thought it was a smaller men's size, but it ended up being a boys, which was totally fine. I do sell children's clothing from time to time. I don't usually source it that much unless I know the brand or I like the item. This, I noticed, had the Nike Dry Fit symbol on the back. And when I saw that in the video I mentioned, I thought it was sort of like, you know, when Clarks and Nike do that collab and they use the Nike Air sole thing in their shoes. But somebody let me know in the comments that Nike owns Hurley, and that's why it has Nike Dry Fit in it, and that made much more sense. It ended up selling for $17 on Mercari. I've actually been doing super well selling my kids' items on Mercari. I think it's because the shipping rates are so much lower, because you can make them lower if the item doesn't weigh that much. But it ended up selling for $17, and after fees I made $14.51. Then I sold a bundle of these leather Hogan sandals and a pair of Levi cutoffs that I made myself. The Hogan sandals, you might remember, came in a DIY designer box. I believe Hogan is a designer brand. I wasn't actually able to find out like tons and tons about it, but I heard people can do well with it. I think their sneakers might do a little bit better. Again, I was gonna send it into the RealReal, but I forgot. And I'm like constantly collecting things now to send to the RealReal and pulling old inventory to send to them. So eventually I probably would have. But then someone bundled them with the shorts and made an offer of $43, and I just decided to accept because I wasn't planning on making that much on them even at the RealReal. So the 2 sold for $43, and after fees I made $34.40. And then the last thing I sold on Wednesday was actually a full price buy of these Madewell wide leg jeans. I like selling Madewell jeans that are a little bit different. I feel like I mention this a lot. Pleated, wide leg, you know, distressed, something more going on than their average like high-rise skinny jeans at this point. They sell usually faster and better and for a higher price. These sold for $55, and after fees I made $44, and I got those at a Value Village, which is like the same as Savers. I need to go to that one more often because it's huge, and I actually found a lot of good things the last time I went. And the prices aren't low, but I feel like they're tons more reasonable than the Goodwill I go to that I've quite literally decided to maybe never go to again because their prices are ridiculous, and I will pay them and then I'll get home and I will immediately regret it. I should just go to that one instead. Just happens to be in the opposite direction of everything else that I go to. All right, and then on Thursday the 10th, I had 8 sales. I sold these Allbirds tree skippers, I think they're called. I like selling Allbirds. These took a little while, but they were a smaller size. They weren't in like perfect condition, and they were, I think, in like a white color, so definitely will get dirty easily. I got these in Connecticut at a consignment store, and they were like all the way marked down. You know, sometimes in consignment stores, the longer they're there, the cheaper they are. I picked them up for, I think, $6. They ended up selling for $45, and after fees I made $36. Then I had a couple of the RealReal sales. They're still getting my stuff listed slowly. I think there's only one item that they haven't listed yet, that I've sent them in so far, so that's exciting. I just sent them in another box earlier this week. So hopefully they'll get that soon. And I'm sure they're not gonna accept all those items because some of them are like lower end, quote unquote, designer. So we'll see. I had a couple of sales. I sold these Church's leather Oxfords. These came in a Jomar gently used designer shoe box I got 2 years ago. I got this box. There's a video of it. And the box that I put on YouTube, I ended up getting a full return on them because all the shoes were disgusting. It was literally marked as a gently used designer shoebox, and the shoes were disgusting. And I like was emailing them and they were really responsive, and that was the first time I had a problem with Jomar. And I was like talking to whoever was in charge, I don't know. She saw my email. I was still using my college email from Connecticut, and she's like, oh, like you went to UConn, I'm from here, da da da. And us New England girls, like I even work with some girls now that, you know, are from New England, and we just like, there's just something about talking to somebody from New England, from home, that like knows my school and the area and all this stuff. So I was just like, okay, maybe it was an honest mistake. They were really apologetic. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna get this box again. Because I saw other people get this box and get actually gently used shoes. The shoes I got, again, were trashed. And I just felt dumb, so I didn't say anything. So I didn't list them, and I haven't done much with them since. And I sent this pair into the RealReal, and this ended up selling. I have no idea what I spent on that shoebox, but there's no way I made my money back. But again, 2 years ago, it's a sunk cost to me. Long story short, this was one of the shoes. They ended up selling for $116, and after fees, I made $46.40. Then the other thing I sold on the RealReal were these C by Chloe slides. I got these in a ThredUP shoe rescue box probably a year ago. I've had a really hard time selling them. They weren't in the best of condition. They ended up selling for $59.50, and after fees I made $17.85. Then I sold this Lacoste polo short sleeve. This was on Poshmark. This was from a flip lot. It sold for $15, which is less than I wanted, but I have not had good luck with that specific lot, so I'm trying to sell those items as quickly as I can now. After Poshmark fees, I made $12, and then after flip consignment fees, I only made $4.50. Then I sold the Burton snow jacket that, if you remember, I got earlier last month at the bins, and I was so excited. So excited to find it, especially at that moment at the bins, because I was being surrounded by this group of ladies who were getting so close and literally surrounding me, hoping I would leave, and they all knew each other and they were talking. I'm like, I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving this area. And at the very end, I found this Burton jacket that was in like perfect condition. I'm like, this is why I did not leave. But anyway, it ended up selling on eBay. Someone offered me $90 and I accepted, and then after fees, I made $78.65. And I had a ThredUP sale. I think the last two of the boxes I sent them like 6 months ago have finally gotten processed. So I'm probably not gonna have too many more ThredUP sales after this. But I sold this Tahari turtleneck. If you do want to sell to ThredUP and you still can send them in boxes, Tahari has always been a good brand for me to send into them. I don't know where this turtleneck came from originally, maybe a ThredUP rescue box of some sort, but it sold for $36.99, and after fees I made $8.70. And I was just thinking about that. I'm like, that's the real scam. Well, not scam, but a lot of people that get ThredUP boxes will, or used to when it was easier, definitely send the items back into ThredUP if they didn't want to sell it themselves. And it's just funny because like you purchase that item essentially from ThredUP just to send it back to them for them to get profit off of selling it again to somebody else. I was just thinking about that today. I'm like, that's funny. But then I sold this Nike logo long sleeve. I shouldn't have picked this up, but I got it at Plato's Closet during their clearance. I don't think it was $1, so I definitely paid too much for it, but I liked the way it looked. I'm always really picky with Nike because Nike's headquartered in Portland. I see it all the time, so I don't really know what's worth money and what's not, but this one was not worth much. I sat on it for a long time. Someone offered me $15 and I accepted, and after fees I made $12.80. And then I had another flip consignment item sell. It was this Columbia fleece jacket with the University UK, which I imagine is the University of Kentucky. It was blue, so I'm pretty sure. It sold for $25. After fees I made $20, and then after flip consignment fees I made $10. And then on Friday the 11th, I had 5 sales. I sold these Citizens of Humanity high-rise skinny crop jeans. I got these recently at the bins. I don't really pick up Citizens of Humanity, but I liked the way these looked. They were definitely newer. They felt brand new in general, but they were, you know, a newer style anyway. They ended up selling for $35, and after fees I made $28. Then I sold this Matilda Jane girls dress, again, really recent bins find. I don't think I posted that video yet. It was the first time I had found this brand, Matilda Jane. I found two pieces. I found this dress and a pair of girls jeans with like embroidery on them. I don't have the jeans listed yet, but these sold, and this actually sold on Mercari. So again, my kids' items are doing very well on Mercari. Cute dress. I definitely put the term Easter in there, you know, for people who are shopping for outfits for their kids for Easter. Ended up selling for $34, and then after fees, I made $29.31. Then recently I got a new mystery box. You might have heard of this company already. It's called Cozy Threads. I know some YouTubers made videos unboxing their boxes already, and I think it's been kind of popular around Instagram, but it's essentially like a mystery box company where the people that founded it used to be staff from Jomar, if I understand correctly. And so they're kind of similar, I'd say. But they do sell boxes occasionally of a specific brand. Like I saw someone open a box of just American Giant, which is a great brand. I ended up ordering a box of all men's Mack Weldon bottoms, pants and shorts. And I got that last week. I ordered it 2 weeks ago. I got it last week. I'll post the video soon, but I did make a sale from that. Mack Weldon is a great men's kind of like athleisure wear line. Their sweatpants, specifically the Ace sweatpant, is very popular, and I got a ton of those. I've only found this brand in the wild once, and I remember it selling really quickly, so I was excited to get that box. I got 20 pairs, and my cost of goods was like $9, and there was free shipping and no tax because I live in Oregon. So I thought that that was a good deal, and I was happy with what I got. One of the pairs already sold. I listed them on Friday, and I think this, sold on Friday. It was a pair of the Mack Weldon Ace sweatpants in like a navy blue color. They ended up selling for $60, which is what I had them listed at. And then after fees, I made $51.96, and that was on Mercari, and that almost paid for a third of the box with just that one pair, so that was good. Then I had a couple more ThredUP sales. I sold this Trina Turk silk blouse, which I'm really happy that I upped the price on. Usually I don't change the prices because I just want the items to sell, and I don't really care now because of all the items I sent in were, you know, I don't even remember sending them in at this point. Just like Tahari does well on ThredUP, Trina Turk has done super well for me on ThredUp. And this was just a sleeveless silk blouse, but I marked it up to $71.99 and it sold, and after fees I'll make $31.10. And then I sold a new tag, the limited dress that I do not remember where it came from whatsoever, probably some ThredUp rescue box. End up selling for $21.99, and after fees I'll make $3.52. And then on Saturday the 12th, yesterday, I had 5 sales. I had another, the RealReal sale. I sold these Stella McCartney sandals. I got these in a designer DIY box kind of recently. I listed them, but they weren't getting a lot of attention. It was before people were getting ready for spring and summer. If I held on to them for a little longer, I'm sure they would have sold eventually. But I was just kind of questioning their authenticity anyway. So I decided to send them into the RealReal because they authenticate everything. And, you know, I wouldn't want someone to get them and then question that, and then I'd feel really bad. But they accepted them. They ended up selling for $63.75, and after fees, I made $19.13. So I pretty much just made my money back and profited like $6 on that pair. But I already think I made my money back on the box it came in, so it's just profit at that point. Then I sold these Wild Fable mom jeans. I got these at the bins, purely based on style, but Wild Fable is a Target brand, and out of all the Target brands, that one does pretty well for me. People like Wild Fable. They also like JoyLab a lot, which is like their athletic line now. But they sold for $18, which is what I had them listed at, and after fees I made $14.40. Then I sold this Prana V-neck blouse. I got this at the bins, I believe, like a pretty long time ago now. It's been sitting for a while, but it ended up selling for $16, and after fees I made $11.08. Prana hasn't been doing as well for me as it used to, but I did like the way this blouse looked. It was like, kind of had a crochet detail at the back, which I thought was nice. Then I sold these new tag Aeropostale skater jeans. I picked these up because they were new tag. They were a good size. They were size 14. They They were very trendy and they were the skater style, which I have mentioned recently is a very popular style of jean right now, like the baggier style jean, very 90s and like Y2K. Aeropostale, however it's called, is still a really cheap, fast fashion brand. It hasn't really had the resurgence of Abercrombie and Fitch or Hollister. They do make trendy things, but they're still not like expensive to begin with. And Abercrombie and Fitch, I guess some people probably wouldn't consider that expensive to begin with, but a lot of their dresses, even on sale, are like $50+. So I picked these up, again, new tag style, really good. But I wasn't really expecting to get much for them to begin with. They ended up selling for 20, and after fees I made 16. And then the last thing I sold was a ThredUP sale. I sold these Anne Klein flats, which I do think I got in a ThredUP shoe rescue box at some point. Sent them back in. They sold for $21.99, and after fees I made $3.52. And that's when I was thinking, like, I probably on cost of goods spent like $5 to $7 on those shoes in a rescue box from ThredUp, and then I just sent it back into them and they got like almost $20 again off of it. So that's when I was thinking, like, they make a lot of money off of us. But anyway, my gross total for this week was $1,479.21. And then after fees of $529.86, I ended up netting $949.35. So yeah, a really good week for me. I'm really excited about that. I'm glad to see that sales are picking up. I mentioned last week and a few other times that last March, the March of 2021 was a really good month for me. So I'm hoping to duplicate that this month, unfortunately with my credit card being lost. I'm not sure if I'm gonna have much to list this week, but I will make the best of it. I'll relist old items. I'll try and see if there's anything left in my death pile to get out, and I'll just do what I can. But yeah, let me know how your weeks are going. Let me know how your sales are going. Let me know if it's picking up for you guys. I hope you guys have a great time sourcing and selling, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye.